there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chinenye and today we'll be discussing early signs of pregnancy. Are you a pregnant woman or are you unsure if you're pregnant? Are you doubting? Are you having some signs and symptoms in your body that you cannot really place a hand on it or what it could be? It is very common with some women that your signs of ovulation that can actually mimic your early signs of pregnancy also, and if you do not do things appropriately or do a definite test that will give you a definite result, you might be taken unawares. So today I'll be listing out some signs of early pregnancy that it's common with most women. So do well or feel free to listen and watch to the end so that you see or note any of the signs. So you either know that it's not something to be bothered about, or you need to get yourself checked for appropriate or definite stance to know where you are. So some of the signs of early pregnancy could be: number one, nausea. Nausea is that feeling of wanting to vomit, that feeling of wanting to throw up. This is common with early pregnancy because of so many things happening in the body. The hormones in the body, the hormones hiking in the body, and this makes women on those times. Some women tend to feel this nauseous. They are nauseous with everything around them, with eating, with doing one thing or the other. They feel this they have this nauseous feeling about themselves. Yes, do not be dismayed. It's common, it could happen, and sometimes some women actually progress into vomiting, and this is actually common during brushing, where you have the gag reflex. At that point when you're trying to brush your tongue, you have this feeling of wanting to throw up, or you eventually throw up. It's actually something that happens, and for some women it's even worse, whereby a term called hyperemesis gravidarum, whereby women tend to throw up so much that they are confined in the hospital for days, and they get their fluids through intravenous infusion because they tend to throw up so much that nothing goes through their mouth without them wanting to throw it up. So it comes in different forms or severity. Number two, the signs of pregnancy could be bloating or cramping, whereby you feel this heaviness on your tummy because something is happening inside there, something is growing. So you feel this fullness or bloatingness or this lower part of your tummy, and sometimes the cramps comes and goes. It is a common feeling that happens with early pregnancy, and mind you, some women actually go through early pregnancy without any issues. So you could be among those ones. Like myself, I went through early pregnancy without any hitch. Like there were no signs, no nausea, nothing. I went through. So you could be among those lucky women, and at the same time you could have one or two symptoms. Another symptom you might look out for is a tender breasts. Tender breast in the sense that at that point any close contact with your breast or nipples actually feels painful or it's hurting. This happens because in pregnancy there are so many changes that happens with the body, that happens with different parts of the body, and you find out that having that tender breast, there's this fullness you have during pregnancy also. So it's common that you have this fullness and tenderness of the breast. Number four, signs of pregnancy early signs of pregnancy you can actually look out for is frequency in urination. Yes, because something is growing down there in your womb, you find out that the pressure falls on the urinary bladder, and you tend to feel the urge to urinate often and on, because at this point the uterus is just growing, so the pressure is on the urinary bladder. You tend to feel this urge to urinate often and all. It could be very uncomforting or discomforting, but well, what do we do? It's a creature growing there, so you just help to adjust and flow with the ride. You feel better after a while. Then another sign of pregnancy, early signs of pregnancy to look out for is rise in temperature. Because of this, something a creature growing in you find that sometimes you feel the sickness. All those things can make you feel sick. Like you have a slight headache sometimes, you have this rise in temperature at the other time, These are because of the changes happening in you. Sometimes you might fall sick with all the signs happening, but do not be dismayed. Just if you need to see your health personnel, please do so and get yourself checked and treated appropriately. Do not self-medicate at this time, because whatever you take may or may not be helpful to the child or to the fetus in utero. Another early sign of pregnancy to look out for is fullness. You have this fullness. You notice that you're getting full, like I say, your bulbs, your hips, your body. You see body changes. Do not be dismayed again, because you might feel very uncomfortable with these changes, but it happens. It comes with pregnancy. So do well to enjoy the ride while it happens. It's what we want, just in case. It's what we've been praying for. It's something to be happy about. Pregnancy is not a thing of sadness anyway, except if it's unplanned. But whichever it is, just enjoy and flow with the ride. Another sign of pregnancy to look out for is early sign of pregnancy could be spotting. Usually in some women during the early pregnancies, they tend to spot. Not all spottings are actually okay. Some you could need to check with your health personnel, because spotting usually during pregnancy might be an unsafe sign for the baby. So just in case you notice any spots during pregnancy, please check your health personnel to be sure that everything is okay with you and the baby. Because sometimes if you overlook it, you might be having an abortion, which may be an abortion which may actually be prevented if you take the right action. So do well to check out any spotting you notice while in your early pregnancy days for it to be properly looked into or checked out. Then another thing to note during as an early pregnancy sign also is what is the morning sickness, like I've mentioned earlier, might be common with some women or not. Then another thing to look out for or note is increased cervical mucus. Increase the cervical mucus, because in pregnancy the cervical mucus increases. So for some women, if this happens and in pregnancy you're free to have as much sex as you want to, especially when all things being equal, when you're not having any sign or a hindrance or anything that might disrupt it from your baby, or any harm happening to your baby. All things being equal, it's okay to have sex during pregnancy. And this time around, you cannot be pregnant under pregnancy. So the cervical mucus are there. For some women, their sex drives are heightened, while some there's fear, there's clumsiness and all that. But whichever it is, if you have the cervical mucus being increased and your sex drive is increased and everything is fine with you and the baby, please enjoy it while it lasts. Like I said in my previous video, when the baby comes, you will be very overwhelmed with so many things to do and responsibilities, and wanting to calculate not to take him again, and you might actually, the sex might actually be the last thing in your mind. So ensure you enjoy it while it lasts, and then do well to be with your partner. Talk to your partner if there's any concerns you have, and also your health personnel should be your closest friend at this time. Please do not listen to any neighbor or anybody that is saying one thing. We have so many Google doctors. Do well to be with your health personnel, or say your concerns to your health personnel if you find anything that might be disturbing during your pregnancy. So that is that about your early signs of pregnancy. I hope you got value from this video. Like I said, no two women are the same. No two women going through early pregnancy is the same. My signs might be different from yours. Yours might be different from the other woman. So we are peculiar and unique in our own selves. So ensure you seek counsel from the right source. Do not compare yours with mine, or wish yours to be mine. We're all unique in our own different ways. So ensure you see your health personnel if there's any need to say them, if there's concern about what you're going through, and then just do the right thing and follow the right process. I hope you got value from this video. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, please do well to hit on the subscribe button right now. Yes, I'm watching you. Hit on the subscribe button right now and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please invite your friends to join this family, and let's move it to the permanent site, Yes, let's move it to the permanent site. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.